What's up, guys? It is Chris back with another watch video, and today we're looking at a pretty interesting watch from an interesting brand. This is Platina. This is called the Unbroko C1 Vintage. A very weird name, but comes in a beautiful box. This is sort of a lacquered box. It has a push button. It may not pick up on the screen. It looks like it's black. It's not. It's a brown color, and it has sort of a wood pattern to it. I think it is made out of wood, obviously. And then, of course, inside you have a watch. It's signed the brand on the inside. This is a reviewer's watch, so I don't think it comes with any box or papers. Really nice push button closure. It's a big box, as you can see. And then, of course, a big box, you have a big watch. Now, when I say a big watch, this is a big watch. Now, I do not get big watches on the channel very often anymore. And this is one of the largest watches that I have reviewed in a very long time. In fact, on their website, they say that this is a 44 millimeter watch. However, if you measure this watch, it is 44 millimeters, but only at the actual bezel. If you measure it from the sort of crown guard slash wings on the side, it's 49 millimeters. This is one of the largest watches that I've actually reviewed on the channel ever. And it has a giant crown. As you can see, this crown is enormous. So it adds a lot of girth to this watch, and it's not thin. It's also a 15 millimeter wide watch, thick watch, and a 54 millimeter wide lug-to-lug span. So this is a giant watch. It is very, very large. So right off the bat, if you are not interested in large watches, this is probably not the watch for you. However, I have to say the dial on this watch is beautiful. It has a guilloche pattern on here. This is sort of a gray color. You have some applied indices. You have an applied logo there at 12 o'clock. Some interesting hands. I don't know what you would call them, and I'll do close-ups of that. You have a little silver logo, and that's their other logo, I guess, they put there at the 6 o'clock. I don't think it's overdone. I think it's fine. It looks really good. And generally, I would not say anything about the date, but I think that the date is a little bit small on this watch and probably not needed. I think it's something that for this dial specifically, it sort of throws it off balance because they've put a silver sort of surround around that, and it sort of throws it off balance from that other silver circle that they put there. So they should have put something over here then, or maybe move the little emblem that they have there, put that at 9 o'clock, and then it sort of counterbalances the date, or just do away with the date. I think someone who's buying a watch like this probably doesn't care about the date. They're looking at that dial, and it has such a nice guilloche pattern that they would want to just keep it that way. Beautiful strap on here. It is a calf strap, but it's gray, and it sort of almost matches exactly the dial, so it really does work very nicely. As I mentioned, an enormous crown. It's push-pull. So it's not a screw down crown. You only get 100 meters water resistance, but again, this is, I think, a dress watch. I can't tell you what this watch is because it's not really a sports watch. It's not really a dress watch. I don't know what this is. You do get what I think is a Sellita SW200. However, I believe they just say it's a 26 jewel automatic Swiss-made movement. It is a Swiss-made watch. You get a screwed-in back, as you can see. So the case back is screwed in, but then these sort of extra parts are screwed into the case itself. So there's multiple pieces to this case. The strap, as I mentioned, is really nice. The buckle is a little bit generic, especially considering the price. So the price on this is on the more expensive side. This is $1,270. That is a lot of money for a watch that is powered by a Sellita SW200. Even if this is an ETA 2824, which I don't think it is, I think that's a little bit expensive for what it actually is. Now, they use the name Platina because they use platinum in their other watches, but this is a stainless steel version, so there is no platinum in this. And the other versions they have a platinum crown, which to me does not make a lot of sense. I have to be completely honest. And that costs $2,600. So if you want this watch with a platinum crown, it's literally double the price. That is mind-blowing to me. And then if you want the case, now they call it the case, but I believe only these little wings are made out of platinum. They are charging $13,000 for that in platinum. So that's why they're called Platina. I don't really get it. I think that this is quite a interesting watch, but it is huge. And if you're going to add platinum to it, it's going to be a lot of platinum, because these things, these parts that they're adding platinum to are very, very large. It's going to be an expensive watch. This is a very big crown. They're going to make this crown in the exact same size in platinum. That's going to cost a lot of money. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. Those prices I think are absurd. $12.70 for this is on the very expensive side. You do get a nice dome sapphire crystal. You can see the movement from the back. I'll throw it on my wrist so you guys can see. We'll do a lume shot. I don't think the lume is good on here, but we'll do a lume shot as I mentioned. But very quickly, today I am wearing the Detroit Mint. This is Detroit Mint sent me 2 chronographs, and this is one of them. This is a watch that is sort of, I would say, an homage to the Citizen that Brad Pitt wore in, I think it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think that was the name of the movie, and he wore it on a cuff. This is basically the bullhead Citizen that he wore, or excuse me, a homage to that Citizen bullhead that he wore. Very cool idea. And you can see what I was saying about buckles. This is like a $150 watch or a $200 watch. And there's the buckle. That's the exact same buckle, guys. Except one is brushed and one is not. They're both signed. That's not a good buckle for a $1,270 watch. Now, I have worn this watch, and I have to say, it is not comfortable. However, if you have a large wrist and you are accustomed to wearing large watches, this will be fine for you. I am not. This is a 49mm watch. I am not accustomed to wearing 49mm watches, especially with a crown like this, which adds another 3mm on top of that. There's one other problem. So I have a 7.5-inch wrist. It doesn't look terrible. Would I wear it? Probably not, because it's thick. It's just too big. I don't even know what circumstance I would wear this under. Probably casual, but it's very, very big. And you can see these sides. This is actually extremely sharp. This is very, very sharp. So all of this area is very sharp, and all of this other area is very, very sharp. So not finished well. The rest of the case is finished nicely. However, no other sharp edges, but there's sharp edges on a watch that costs $1,300. Again, there should be no sharp edges, in my opinion. Again, sort of a novelty, sort of a different watch from what I've usually reviewed on the channel. I think it's an interesting watch. However, it's definitely a specific market that they're targeting here. The larger wrist, possibly, or someone who wants something very, very different. Maybe someone who wants something with platinum in their watch, but they don't want to spend a lot of money. So that crown you can get in platinum for $3,000, or if you want the case wings for $13,000. That's an interesting concept, I think. Personally, I would never buy that. Personally, it's not something I would ever go for. But interesting concept, and an interesting concept for a watch. Very heavy. And actually, besides the sharp elements, I think it's a very well-made watch. Except for these 2 sharp elements, I think that the watch is very, very well made. And excluding that that buckle, of course, which I think is a little bit low end for the case itself, which I think is very nicely made. I think they need to just fix up this little bit of sharpness. The dial looks beautiful, and I'll do close-ups as I mentioned. And now we'll do a lume shot. Well, there you have it. Lume, as I mentioned, I didn't think would be a strong point of this watch. Again, this is sort of a dress watch, I guess. I guess it would be a dress watch. It's for the guy who wants a very large dress watch. Lume, it looks like they've put very few layers of lume. The indices, very, very lightly lume. Those hands almost look spotty on the lume, which leads me to believe that there are not many layers of lume on this. Definitely could use more lume, and you know, I think again at a price of almost $1,300, I think this is a little bit of a mistake. They should probably lume this a little bit more. It is Super Luminova BGW9, but just not liberally applied. You can see it's already fading, and I did charge this for a few minutes, and nothing is happening. It's just not holding it. I think this watch at $700 or $800 would be a better value. I don't get the size reasons why they would go so large with the watch. I think that this is really going for a very niche, very small market of men who want a very large dress watch. And for those people, I think this at $700 or $800 is an excellent watch. If they can correct those sharp edges that are underneath these little wings. $3,000 for something with platinum in it, not that bad. But it is a platinum crown. I don't really know what you would get, what benefit that would offer you. But again, it's not really, it's not something that I would purchase, but maybe there are people out there who would. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I really want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you think of this watch, what you think of the other watches that I mentioned, the $13,000 platinum watch, the platinum crown watch for $2,000 or $3,000. And then, of course, this is the stainless steel version. Please tell me what you think in the comments below. I really want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.